Hi, everybody. It is Deanna. How are you doing tonight? I am your spiritual mentor and Akashic Records reader, and I teach spiritually empowered and awakening people how to take their power and how to live in these beautiful, dynamic times. Welcome aboard, everybody on Facebook. We're here at For Heaven's Sake website in the Facebook world, and we're going to be doing tonight some free readings. So as I wait for people to get on and populate at 7:30, some people might still be at dinner. I'm going to talk about what's happening in the world. We've got a whole bunch of yads, astrologically speaking, several of them, and we've got 5 planets in retrograde, and we're coming up on another eclipse. And so there's just a lot of energy that's at play. And the one thing I'd like for you all to know is that with this energy at play, with all the yachts, with all of the planets in retrograde, this is the greatest time to receive. Did you hear me? To receive. And so many clients, I was booked solid yesterday and I was booked solid today with clients, and they're all telling me that they're having challenges in their relationships and they're struggling and they're full of stress and anxiety and fatigue. And the secret is that during these times to let go and to be in a space of receivership. That's the secret. So tonight I'm going to come on and talk to you and give you some ideas on how to do that for yourself. And then if you're here live on Facebook, I'd like for you to put a comment down here below. I'm viewing the screen that is on the For Heaven's Sake Facebook page, and then over here on Instagram for my Instagram people. So just feel free to put that in the feed as we go along. And hi, Darlene. Hello, Darlene. Good to see you. And we're going to get busy. So number one, we're going to talk about how to relieve some of these energies and be in a place of receivership. Number two, we'll talk about what that looks like with some of the clients I've worked with on the last couple of days. Then I'm going to talk about an event that's coming up that's so super exciting, and it's almost full, and you guys got to hurry up and get a ticket. And then we're going to talk about how ancestors are showing up in our lives right now. So many ancestors with so much wisdom, especially those that lived in the 20s and 30s and the 50s. They're all coming forward to many of you, and we'll talk about how you know that. How do I know who's appearing and who's talking to me and all that? And then we'll talk about some of the spiritual gifts that I've seen coming on the horizon, and maybe you can identify with one of those. And in between, we're going to do some card readings. So let's get started. Okay, welcome aboard, everybody. And I'm so glad to see each and every one of you tonight. So the subject tonight is spiritual gifts and relationship changes are accelerating. Can you give me a thumbs up if you're having challenges in your relationship you've never had before, or if you've noticed all of a sudden that your spiritual gifts are starting to bubble back up? How many of you are bubbling back up to the surface? And hello, Christy. Good to see you. I'm so glad you came tonight. Or Chrissy. Sorry, Chrissy. I got 3 screens going tonight. Anyway, so if you want to receive more joy in your life, who couldn't use more joy? A lot of my clients today were saying that they felt like their heart was blocked. They want to feel joy and they can't. So that means you've got to be in receivership. And for the last 6 weeks, we've been talking about letting ancestral curses, hexes go. And tonight I'm going to talk about what's in your physical body lineage. Because there's a lot of stuff in our bodies that get caught up and they get in our energy fields. So if you stretch your arms straight out and you turn in a circle, that's your personal energy field, your chakras, right? Your toroidal field. And when you have experienced something in this life, that energy gets stuck in here, comes down to the physical body, and keeps us from moving forward and experiencing joy. I know I've had that problem for years, and I've finally successfully got it gone. And so that's what I would share with all of you tonight, is how to do that. So anyway, there are energies from this life in this body that have come from our mother and from our father. biological and otherwise. And so what happens is when you are in utero or you're growing up, usually the first 7 years, your parents will have something that they say that you pick up in your ears or you pick up in your body. And then when you become adult and you go out on your own, then these messages start coming back to you and they create a conflict in your toroidal field, in your chakras, and you can't receive joy or what you want. How many of you out there are feeling stuck right now? Like you can't get the money you want. You can't get the job you want. You can't get the place to live you want. You can't get the relationship you want. You can't get the peace in between your ears. How many of you have been having really bizarre and strange dreams? Can I get thumbs up, hearts, anything? Because our minds and our spiritual minds are beginning to release these things. And we're having dreams, and sometimes it's the same kind of dream over and over again. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Yes, Cheryl. Oh, so good to see you. Tanya. Hello, darling. Okay, Darlene says, I'm manifesting funds for my move to a new apartment, deposit, etc. by the 13th. Help. All right, Darlene, listen closely, okay? This is what's happening. So, here's your physical body. Your physical body has salt, water, and electric all in here. And that electricity creates a magnetic field. And so your repetitive thoughts, this is a little bit of Dr. Joe Dispenza, you know, in his neuroplasticity and reprogramming. The thoughts that are programmed in there are the ones that are creating this muck in your energy field and keeping you from drawing that financial abundance like Darlene's looking for. So how does that work? And please give me, excuse me, tonight I've been talking all day. Give me a thumbs up, a heart, a smiley face, an angry face, you know, if we hit it for you. So Darlene's saying she's manifesting funds for a deposit to move into a new place. How beautiful is that? And God, Spirit, or Source wants you in that place. So what's here? What can you remove? How many times growing up did you hear things like, excuse me, we don't have enough money. We can't afford that. Or we would spend that money, but we got to spend it on your brother or your sister because they have blah, 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 blah. How many of you heard that, you know, from your parents silently? They didn't say it. Maybe they didn't give you enough love or attention. And so you didn't feel your value. Thumbs up, hearts, smiley face, angry faces. Is this resonating with you? Because what's happened is that it's been programmed in here. Not good enough, not enough. You know, only if we had that much money. If we were rich, we could do this. All right, Nicole, thank you. Nicole, thank you for the thumbs up. Oh, Cheryl, oh my gosh, I forgot this. Money doesn't grow on trees. Woohoo! Yes, Cheryl, high five. That's what my female parental unit used to say all the time. Money doesn't grow on trees. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It actually does grow on trees because you are a tree, right? Your feet, your root chakra, the one in between your legs, connects you to Mother Earth, right? Just like a tree. And then this existence is, you know, like the trunk of the tree. And then your ability to reach out with your spidey senses to think about what you want are your beautiful leaves. And that creates the money. That creates the bioelectromagnetism and brings that money home. Woohoo! Nice. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And Tony says, I've heard those before. Good. Okay. So here's what happens. The last time I was on, we did a little bit, excuse me, of a taste test of what we're going to be doing on the 13th. So, Darlene, the desired outcome is that if you get this done before the 13th, and if you need help, you know, come to the store tomorrow because I'll be there, or any other day. There's lots of other healers there on those other days. So, on the 13th, for the first time, I'm going to do a mass clearing. My guides have been working with me on this. Super easy. I have done, let's say, maybe 7,000 people I've seen one-to-ones, right? Not mass, one-to-ones. So I'm like, okay, well, what would happen if I could do everybody all at the same time? Wouldn't that be fabulous or fantastic if we could do that all at the same time? So for my Instagram people, you'll have to click the link in the bio and go over to my website, and you'll be able to find the link there because I don't know how to put it down here in Instagram for the event. For the people in Facebook, on the For Heaven's Sakes page, you're right down here. For my home peeps, I'll pop it in later. And what it is, it's called Manifesting Love and Relationships. Okay? Manifesting love and relationships. So, if your relationship is not good with money because there's never enough, it doesn't grow on trees. If we were rich, we would do it. Then that's what's in your energy field, and it's there. So, take a breath and bring to the forefront that thought. This is a very short version of what we're going to do on the 13th. On the 13th, we'll get together, we'll have a meditation, I'll move you into a nice space, connect with your guides, and then we'll do this exercise a little bit longer and bring in love and light and transmute it, but just for a moment. Again, I apologize, I've been talking all day. How many of you can think of something that one or the other of your parents said to you about money? Think, oh, there you go. I feel it. Okay, think those thoughts. There you go. Hold that thought. Now, I'd like for you to bring love and light, or imagine a giant light coming in and transmuting and clearing that energy across all time, space, dimensions, and realities into infinity unlimited. Good. Think of that statement one more time. Where in your body does it hurt? Do you feel your heart hurt? Or maybe your stomach gets butterflies? Maybe your rear end kind of clenches up, or teeth, or jaws? So wherever that is in your body, we're going to bring in love and light to that spot in the body and visualize pushing the light in one side and it comes out the other, clearing your body of that frequency. And we're going to clear and transmute that energy across all time, space, dimensions, and realities, filling it with love and light, love and light. And then we're going to recognize the salt and the water and the electric in our body and let it discharge that energy out to the universe to be used as something else. There, that's good. Good. I can feel you all releasing. That's good. Good. Okay. If you have any questions, put them in the feed. If you need a card reading on your love, relationship life, or your future, just put it down here and I'll pull a card for you. But again, what we're going to do, this is huge. Like I said, I've done over 7,000 energy clearings, one-to-one, people across the table or across Zoom or, FaceTime. And I've decided that if I pull all of those together as a case study or cliff notes, that it's easy for me to connect into all of you at the same time and do one clearing all together. And because there's so many people together in that spot, it creates an even higher vibration and things will transform much easier. So if you come on the 13th, yes, October, Friday the 13th, I chose that on purpose. We're going to put you into a relaxed mental state, and then we're going to unwind your parents' understanding of love and relationship patterns that may be blocking you that you didn't even know about. My guides revealed to me this morning in a meditation 2 things I never thought about. And then you're going to go back, we'll clear and transmute all that, and then we'll do step 2 where we put the energy out. We're going to send the energy out of what your ideal person looks like or feels like. And then we are going to go back into a meditation and clear and transmute unexpected or unmet desires. So a lot of us are yearning for something in a relationship and we're not getting it. And believe it or not, you're actually pushing it away because you're focused on it. And instead of focusing on it, I'm going to show you how to turn it around and draw it to yourself. It's just a matter of changing your thoughts, your frequency. And then we're going to talk about transmuting the energy in the energy fields that are blocking you, that are repelling your ideal match. I mean, if you're looking for someone and you keep dating the same kind of person over and over again, and you can't figure out why, come. We'll be at, for heaven's sake, in Applewood. And if you click on the link that's down here, and Instagram peeps, I will put it on my website for you, you're going to find that you're just going to walk away feeling so light and so wonderful. So that's it. That's the process. I know they tell me don't talk about the process, just talk about the results. I think it's fair that you know what we're going to do so you know what to expect. And the results are is that you will feel lighter. I've used this technique on myself many times. Recently, I've been removing the imprints for money, for prosperity, and I just, boom, I just saw an instant change in my income. Instant. So I can't guarantee that for you, but if you're ready and you're willing to come and do this exercise, then you'll feel that. Okay? Let's see if we have any questions down in the feed. It looks like my Instagram peeps are really super quiet over here. Can you guys send me a thumbs up or something so I know you're awake? Anyway, so if you have any questions, put them down below. If you need a reading, if you need direction, you all are being quiet, so either you're thinking about what I said and kind of processing it. Okay, so if you're just joining us, we're talking about spiritual gifts and relationships and how the changes are accelerating. And we just got through talking about transmuting energy out of your energy fields. If you're joining us, wait till the end, hit replay, and then go back and play it over again. All right, now, money blocks. How many people out there feel like they have money blocks, Yes. The next thing to think about for more joy in your life is we have 5 planets retrograde. And a lot of people say, oh, retrogrades are horrible and they mess up electronics, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Retrogrades are about receiving. Retrogrades are about receiving. And if you've got all this jumbly mess going on in your head with negative thoughts, I feel lack. I can't do this. I can't receive that. I don't have this. I don't have that. That's going on here. Now, how can the divine, beautiful, loving energy come down here and be received if you're like this? So, I am telling you from the bottom of my heart, in this current reality that we're living in, you're going to see a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, today my Amber Alert went off, and it was from, our federal government here in the U.S., if you're watching in the U.S. And it's like, that's kind of scary. What are they doing? And you look at the politics, and you look at the things that are going on in the world, and all the rain, and the this, and the that. It can be very scary. I'm telling you, please don't be in fear. Connect with your divine self. Your spiritual gifts are coming in. They're popping open. That's why you're here right now with me. And step into them. And, I'm going to be funny yet serious, but the universe has written you a check, okay? It wants you to be abundant. It wants you to be happy and joyful. People tell me, Deanna, you're always giggling. You're always so happy. Why? Why? Because I'm open up to divine information. Now, is my life without worry or trouble? No, I got plenty. I got a whole whiteboard full of stuff that I'm working through. But I know that the universe loves me. It will support me. All I got to do is get this mess out of the way. That's it. So if the universe has written you a check, and this check is for a happy life, a fulfilled life, Feeling secure. How many of you would like to feel secure? Every day. Okay, you want to feel secure. Get rid of this negative thinking. And you're like, oh, Deanna, it's hard. Neuroplasticity. Dr. Dispenza, look up his work. And it takes practice. So if the universe is writing you a check, literally, okay, are you gonna, I know this is kind of antiquated because everybody does electronic payments, but anyway, are you gonna seal it right here and tear off the check part, what's coming to you, what's right under your nose, what the universe is bringing to you, and keep the remittance advice that just tells you here's what you would have got if you'd paid attention, right? I am trying to be funny, so I hope some of you are giggling. But I used to take the remittance advice, what I thought the universe was bringing me, and I'd hold on to it and throw out the check. Why? How? Because I had negative thinking. How could the universe possibly do this? Oh, this is terrible. I don't have this and I don't have that. And somebody in the chat asked me, how can I manifest income? Because you know that the universe wants you to succeed. I heard that from a woman years ago. The universe desires to give you stuff. You can only receive like this. You can't receive like this. So if you want to manifest money, work on what you're thinking. If you're like really down to it, metal rubbing metal, been there, you can say things like, wow, you know, the universe has a big space to fill and it's coming so soon. I don't know how it's going to show up, but it'll be here. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see how it happens. You never know. You never know where that's coming from. I've had checks show up in the mail from places I wasn't expecting, refunds, rebates. It's all possible. All right, I'm going to take a few questions. If anybody needs a reading, go ahead and put it down here below. I'd like to say hi to Pat. Good to see you over here on Instagram. All right, someone says, if we can't come live due to work, will there be a replay or a recording? That's from Ria. Ria, if you're talking about the Manifesting Love workshop, not to my knowledge. If you would like there to be a replay of that, then contact the store at 303-964-9339 and ask to speak to the person in charge of events or to get their email and tell them that you would like to be able to have a replay of that event. It's not too late. They may be able to set up some sort of a recording device or a live stream. So just call them and ask them because I'm not in charge of that part. All right. Thank you for your question. All right, next one. So again, we're talking about spiritual gifts, relationships accelerating. And we are talking about what's coming up here. So yeah, Ria, if you would just call the store and ask to speak to the person in charge of events and see if that is possible. Okay, Darlene, she says, I need to clear fear. All right, Darlene, I'm so glad your timing is so awesome. Okay, so what I want to talk about next is that fear factor. Okay, Darlene, loving advice to you. What are you putting in your brain? Who are you listening to? What do you watch on TV? What do you look at on your phone? And what are they saying? Because a lot of it is going to put you into, right? And if you really want to clear that fear vibration, you know, do come and see me. 303-964-9339 to call the Denver store here in the States. And we can do a Zoom meeting one-to-one. We can do a phone appointment if you like. Hi, Joe. Good to see you. And fear is a tricky one. Let me see. I'm thinking of a story that I could tell you that could help you to clear fear. And like I said, if you need a reading, please put the question down here below or down here below. I may not see it, and I always review these later, so I will look. And I appreciate you all being on for a while tonight. It's just a beautiful day. The energies were wiggy. Do you agree? I just kind of felt off, but you didn't feel bad, kind of like Alice falling down the hole in Wonderland, but she knew she'd be okay when she landed, her little dress poofed out, you know? That's what I've been feeling today. All right. So you need to clear fear. Darlene, you know, if you can come out for the manifesting love and relationships, a relationship with yourself, all the better. Clearing fear is a matter of thinking about what you do not want. Darlene, if you're hearing me, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're still there. And all of you. Fear is a matter of your thinking. What are you focused on? I'm focused on lack. I don't have this. I got an apartment coming up and I need the deposit. I don't have the deposit money yet. Stop that. Instead, it's, I have an apartment coming up on the 13th. It is awesome and it's amazing. And I've got this and I've got this person helping me and this person helping me and the money is coming for that deposit. I can't wait to see how it shows up. Woohoo! That's what you focus on. It changes your frequency, right? It changes your frequency. And things will start coming into place. Just watch and see. Okay. Holding that takes a little practice. All right. Hello to... Okay, I'm going to change subjects. Thank you for that question. It is a valid and good one. Okay, Cheryl, I'm glad good. I'm glad that resonates with you and you never thought of it that way. Sweet. I'm glad I can be helpful. And then Cheryl, you asked, how can I manifest income? It depends on how you're bringing money in. If you've got investments, if you're playing the lottery, it's $1 billion right now. If you're going to a job. So if you want to manifest income, then talk about, you know, in your life, you know, why wouldn't the universe bless me with a better job, more money, a different avenue? I'm so excited. I know my opportunity is coming. And it really is that simple. Seriously, that simple. And I want to talk about the ancestors now and what they're coming through with. So let me make sure I don't have any more questions, then we'll switch over to that. And again, my name is Deanna, and I'm an Akashic Records reader and a spiritual advisor. I've been in Akashic Records for probably about 13 years, maybe a little bit longer. And I've just been so blessed in my journey to be able to work with energies and frequencies and to help people turn their lives around. And when they come and have a session with me, 99% of the people say, I felt so much lighter after I worked with you. And that's because we've shifted your energy field. And generally, I give you some homework. And I take notes for you during the session and send them to you in an email so you have them. And, you know, if you're needing help, especially if you're spiritually gifted, and things are starting to pop for you again. Okay, Gail, good evening, darling. Oh, I got a thumbs up from Cheryl. Good. Gail says, I would like to feel secure every day. Absolutely. So, Gail, I would like to feel secure every day. That is totally, I'm right there with you. So, one of the things you can do is you can get up in the morning and you can say, I can't wait to see how I feel more secure today. You're asking the universe to fulfill something, and it will. And also, I want you to look at your fear and your doubt. Make notes of what's going on for you, and come see me so we can get down to the bottom of it on a less public platform. All right, and speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to be, I forgot to tell you what the date was. Today is October the 4th, 2023. And my name is Deanna, and I will be in Denver at For Heaven's Sake tomorrow. And I'll be working from like 11 o'clock to about 6, doing one-to-one sessions. So if you're interested in getting some help, and what I've said is a little bit intriguing, and you're on the verge of so much transformation, and you're like, I want to be open to receiving, but I feel like this, come get some help. I'll, you know, give you an energetic hug if you want. But right down here in the feed, and Instagram peeps, look in the link in the bio. I put down here in the feed the way to schedule an appointment if you want to do it online, because of course the store is closed now. So you go to forheavensake.com and you click on practitioners, you click on Denver, make sure you do that, and you click on Deanna. And then you'll see all the spots I have left. All right. Sorry if I seem like I'm low energy today. I'm just so excited to be here, and I've been so happy all day long because of these beautiful energy shifts and things that are coming to me. So I'm sorry if I seem a little like, not my normal woohoo self, but it's been a long, beautiful, glorious day. Okay, let's move on. I don't see anybody asking. Oh, wait. I do see a couple people asking for a reading. Hold on. Let's do some readings. Apologize. Let me get back to that. I got so wrapped up. Then Cheryl says, hello, Rosie Two Shoes. I love it. Darlene, she said she'd like to have a reading. Okay, Darlene, let's see. Let's connect into your guides. We'll see what they have to tell you. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the little tiny picture on the screen of Darlene. I'm asking it to connect into her spirit guides. Actually, Darlene, I'm hearing ancestors and angels for you. So a little bit different there. Okay, I have a deck called Love and Light. Okay, they're telling me to talk to you about what's on the third and fourth card down, so I'm going to look at that. And please don't go looking for the Love and Light too far. There might be a few left at the bookstore. Card decks. Okay, so what I'm getting for you, Darlene, right now, cooperation and partnership bring greater rewards. So really take a look at your current relationships and your partnerships. Look at the people that are lifting you up as opposed to people that are not, because that is where it's at for you. Right there. It's in your relationships. And Darlene, you're so funny. The second card they asked me to pull for you is Bathe in Divinity. And I should say that all of us right now, opening up your heart and your mind to bring in that divine loving light, because being attuned with that will take you through this 3D world as long as you're grounded. No matter what you see in front of you, you will see the truth of love and light. You'll feel more calm, more peaceful. So the brilliant divinity is here. Allow it to flow in. Okay? Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Darlene, I hope that makes sense to you. And Nicole, I'm going to do a reading for you. If you all over here on if you over here on Instagram have any questions, let me know. Nicole, let me see what your guides are telling you. Nicole, if you're still on here, give me a thumbs up. Oh my goodness, Nicole, you're a funny girl. They asked me to pull the fourth card down on my deck I have over here. I think you can still get these. This is Spirit Animals Oracle. And what they're saying, this one says ladybug and good luck. You are a bright, brilliant energy. Let go of worry and be happy in the here and now. I couldn't have said it better. That's what I've been saying all along. So, Nicole, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what, Nicole V, sorry. I'm not sure what you're holding on to. I don't know. Your angels are saying you have some family history that you've been holding on to. I don't like the R word, but resentment. And if you let go of that, your luck is here. So go get it, okay? So that's Nicole V. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Nicole, thank you so much. All right, the next person is Nicole L. So I hope you ladies know which ones you are. Okay, Nicole L. Nicole, you're your ancestors are coming through and telling me that there's a lot of debilitating energy. I don't like that either, coming through in your ability to walk forward. It feels like something is really super holding you back. Something family oriented, like, maybe um, there's, I don't know, they're not giving me any more information. It's like in my family, one of the things that holds us back is indecision. We just don't make decisions. And that holds us back and keeps us from going forward. So, Nicole L., if that resonates with you, then just know that that's what's happening, that that's what's holding you back. Your ancestors are telling you that, and to let that go, whatever that is. So if that makes sense to you, can you please give me a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead and close out, Nicole. Before I go on, I told you this evening that I wanted to talk about some ancestors. And ancestors are showing up right now to teach us so much. These ancestors lived through the 20s and 30s in this current reality, Great Depression time and wartime. And then during the 50s, there was a lot of shift between old style and new style of learning at that time. And these ancestors are lined up and they're so ready to help us and tell us how to invest, how to take the next step, because not only can they see the past, but they can see what's coming up in the future and where you are on the playing board. If you imagine being high enough up to see a chessboard and all the players, and you're just trying to shout at a person to tell them to move into the right position. And so a lot of you have said that you wish you could hear your ancestors. You can't hear them talking to you. They're there. You might feel tinglies. You might feel a light flashing off and on every once in a while. That happened to one girl I worked with today. She's like, is it my electricity or is it my ancestors? And they would flicker a certain light off and on for her so that she would know they were there. And they're so comforting and so full of love and so full of peace. And they're just waiting for you to talk to them, for you to come and be with them. And so, what I'd like to invite you to do, which I can invite you until it's full, is if you're wondering if there's a message from your ancestors or your angels or your guides, and you're like, I have no idea what it is, but I wish I did, then I'm going to invite you to a very special event on October 31st. And for those of you that have been with the store for a while, you know that I have done seances and mediumships on October 31st, and usually sell out room only, people waiting at the door in case nobody shows up. This year, the beautiful events director, she had an idea to give you all even more, even a greater opportunity. So instead of it being just me reading the disembodied spirits or ghosts or your loved ones, your deceased loved ones, we're opening it up into two beautiful opportunities. Now you have to come to Denver at the Applewood location. So there's a beautiful woman named Mista that works at the store too, and she does readings and she's opening up into mediumship. And she will be doing an event that night that's a small intimate group. I don't know, she may be sold out. I don't know. So call the store and find out, or go online and buy a ticket. And she's going to be focusing on bringing those messages through mediumship. And she's a beautiful woman, very talented. So I would invite you to go and see her as well. She's just, anyway. Then before that, earlier, about 5:30, I think, I am going to do a reading because the veils are thinner and things are aligned. And I'm going to talk to ancestors and spirit guides and angels and maybe a few recently deceased. I don't know, but this is the angels and guides. I told them, bring your people. I'm talking to the angels and guides. I do have meetings in my office with them. I'm like, bring your people and tell me what the messages are. And I will do my best to get to every single person that shows up. But again, you want to get your tickets like soon. I know you're like, oh, it's only October, the 4th. It goes by fast. Time is faster now. Sign up, get a seat. And then, bring your questions and your heart and your mind. because the angels and guides are going to be there. It's going to be huge. Anyway, so down here, a link. It's called Into the Night. And over here on Instagram, I'll have to give you all the link. Just go to the bio and click over, and there'll be a way for you to get tickets. But again, I'm telling you, it's just a beautiful event, and so much more to participate in this year. Okay, I'm going to wrap that up and go on. So, ancestors showing up like never before, flickering the lights. Oh, that's right. Weird coincidences. Your ancestors may be energetically pushing you or nudging you in the right direction from behind. There may be a business opportunity that you're lingering on, not making a decision, or perhaps there's an opportunity to, go someplace you've never been before, and you're like, yeah, and then you feel that push or that pull. That's your ancestors working with you to get you in the right position on that chessboard so you can receive. Repeat after me. Receive. Eclipses and retrogrades are about receiving. Eclipses will shift the frequency just enough so you can receive differently. Do you have 5 planets in retrograde? It is time. It is open season to receive. Open up. Don't worry about the rest of the stuff going on. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you. Okay. Let's see what else we got on here. Oh, yes, readings. Thank you, guides. So I'm going to go back and do a few readings. Hi, Kathleen. If you have any questions you'd like to pop them in the feed, and I will answer your questions tonight. Okay, Cheryl, darling, you would like to have a reading. Cheryl? What I'm hearing with your guides, I don't have to go to the cards. Cheryl, your guides are saying if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Did you all catch that? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Okay? What that means, Cheryl, is there's a misalignment in your joy, right? So bring what you desire and what's happening and line it up in your life. That's it. I hear that the joy lacking in your life is around a relationship with a particular man. It's not a person that you're married to, but it's a person that's in your life, like your first circle of friends. Nothing weird going on there, just like an acquaintance, but a friend. And there's some misalignment, could be a boss, and it's causing you a lot of heartache, so maybe some tough conversations to bring that into alignment, okay? Thank you so much. I'm going to close that out. Cheryl, give me a thumbs up if that resonates with you. Okay, Gail wants to know, will the guy I'm seeing be a long-term relationship? Gail, I'm going to ask you to back up in that relationship like you're in here. And I'm going to ask you to back up and give it a little bit bigger perspective and look at 2 things. Look at how he treats money. Does he just throw it out there, ring the bills up, or does he have a savings plan? Look at how he treats money. That's really important, because how he treats money now is how he's going to treat you. He values his relationships with money, his relationships with his significant other about the same. So if that fits for you, great. If it doesn't, might have a conversation, make a different choice. Mwah. I'll see you soon, okay, Gail? Thank you so much. Hi, Keith. Good to see you. All right, Darlene. I'm glad that you're here with us tonight, and I'm glad that that resonates with you. Okay. Okay. I believe it's Ray. I don't know if it's Rhea or Ray. It's R-H-E-A. And you said you'd like a reading about your love life? Okay, Rhea, this is interesting. So I'm looking out on your event horizon about your love life, and it feels like you have somebody here, maybe, like under your nose or somebody close. And then I look out in the future, and I'm just not seeing anything. Breathe. The reason I'm not seeing anything is because my guides are telling me you haven't decided what you want. What do you want? Do you want somebody who's going to be close to you emotionally? Do you want a person who's with you but travels a lot? Do you want somebody who likes adventure? they're saying that it's like you're trying to be malleable and fit yourself to the relationship. No, be centered in your beautiful self. You know you're gorgeous. You know you're beautiful. Center yourself and let them come to you. If they don't match, they'll move on. Okay? I hear 5 months, there'll be a huge shift in your life. When that happens, let me know. I'll be at the bookstore on Thursday. So if I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Thank you so much for your question. I hope I got your name right. Big hugs and kisses to you. Darlene says, thanks, Deanna, you rock. Thank you. Woohoo! You all know I'm passionate about my job. And I'm a goofball. What can you say? Anyway, if nothing else, when you come to a session with me, you'll giggle. I had a lady come 2 weeks ago, and the first time I've ever met her, she met me on a live, and we did a clearing for her, and she just sat there the whole time. Her eyes are like big. I did my work, made my notes, and I asked her if she felt lighter, and she's like, "No, I really don't. Other than your laughing is funny, and I like the way you laugh." And I'm like, "Okay." Well, she sent me an email. I think it was 4 days. Yeah, it was 4 days later, and told me her life had shifted so tremendously, and she felt lighter than she ever had. And she had to pinch herself to make sure she wasn't dreaming. So it's just a little bit of a delayed reaction. She's now enjoying walking forward more happily in her life and seeing things line up for her. So just an amazing experience with her, and I hope she's watching tonight. Okay, Nicole, hello, darling. I hope you're doing great tonight. And I think I gave you a reading earlier. You said you were holding on to an old friendship and relationship. So that, just let your heart guide you, let your gut guide you. And Nicole N said that makes sense. Yay! I'm so glad. That's good. You all remember that I'm looking at a dot about this big and seeing your faces there. So that okay. So and Cheryl says I love Amista. Yeah, she rocks. Um, let's see here. And then if you're going to try to make it out to the event, that's great. I believe you can buy tickets here on the Facebook Live. And I know on my website, I have a link, listed for the event, and then one here in the bio for Instagram. All right. I'm going to look through and see if we have any questions. Then I'm going to wrap up, share with you a little bit more. I try to do a reading for the collective consciousness. Cheryl, thank you so much for your support. You're awesome. And Gail says he's very good with money. You have your answer, Gail. So, you can make a long-term relationship because, like I said, the reading I got was how he treats money is how he treats people. So, looks like you got a winner there. Woohoo! And Ray or Rhea, you are very welcome. Big hugs and kisses. All right. So we covered quite a lot tonight, and I really appreciate you all that stayed till the end. But remember that your ancestors and your guides are trying to get your attention right now. So if you see repeating numbers when you're doing something, what were you doing at that time? Okay, what were you doing at that time? So, if you see 111 and you get in the car and you're going to the bank, to make a deposit, then you get to the bank and you think, I should put some money in my savings or my health savings plan, and you look at your clock and it's 111, or behind the teller it's 111, you're headed in the right direction. That's your ancestors attempting to talk to you. And your beautiful divine gifts, that was what I wanted to speak to you all about from my heart. A lot of people I've seen in the last 2 days, let alone the last 2 weeks, yes, 2 is an interesting number, have beautiful gifts, beautiful divine gifts. And they've squashed them for so many years because people said they were odd or they were weirdos or their particular religion wouldn't let them use their gifts. And they've just squashed them for a long time. And God's Spirit Source is calling all the light workers out. You are being asked to come out and be a light into the world. So if you're feeling that, I'm in this new space and I'm not sure how to handle that, please make an appointment with somebody at the store. We're here to help you to transform into your loving light space. And so, a lot of you are light workers, and it doesn't mean you have to sit on this side of the camera. It just means that you become aware of things so you can see things as they're coming. A lot of times I'll see things coming. In fact, during the COVID time before we had lockdown, I got told to go buy some water, and I'm like, the water's all bought up. And my guide said, no, no, go down to the store. They told me which one in particular to go to, so I went. And I went to it, the aisle. There was no bottles of water left in this aisle at all, except for maybe the few that are like this big and $5, you know. And then I heard him had bent down, so I bent down, and underneath the bottom shelf there were two suitcases, I call them, the big like 3 gallons of water, and they were turned sideways underneath this shelf. So I saw them, but otherwise everything was empty. But I followed my guidance, I did what they told me to do, and so I had fresh, clean water available during COVID. So you never know what they're going to show you. And I really didn't need the water because I had bottled water at home, but it was a point of them testing to see if I would follow through with what they asked me to do and, you know, to my benefit. So that's it. Got spiritual gifts. Let's talk about it. Let's get you rocking and rolling. And I'll make sure there's no more questions here in the feed. I don't see any on Instagram, so those peeps must be good. Francis says, my husband has anything to say. Francis, if I'm hearing him correctly, he says you're not having enough fun, and he shows me a pocket watch, like the old-fashioned ones that they used to stick in their jeans. And he opens it up, he says, time's ticking, you gotta have more fun. He just wants you to laugh and smile. He said he didn't really say that much during his life. He's stoic, but he's lighter now. Anyway. All right, again, my name is Deanna, and if you would like to join me on the 13th for a mass clearing of karma and relationships and blocks and all that kind of stuff, what the desired outcome is that you'll be there. I think there's only like 25 tickets available, period, because I want to keep the group small, and they're selling like hotcakes. So come on down to that event. If you're like, oh, I don't know if I should come or not, better buy a ticket now, because I'm telling you, the closer it gets to the 13th, they'll be sold out and you won't get your ticket. And so what's going to happen is you'll come, I'm going to put you in a relaxed state. We're going to look at all of your karma, all the unbalanced energy that has to do with relationships, and we're going to transmute it instantly, one and done. And you'll feel different. You'll feel very different after it's done. Does that mean it's the end of your problems? No, because there's always more to work on. But what it means is you'll feel lighter and you'll be more open to receiving. Then on the 31st, it's into the night, and we have a Mista that's going to be there doing mediumship readings. Like I said, she's a really lovely lady. Make sure and get booked quickly. And then I will also be there talking to ancestors and angels and guides, spirit guides. A lot of times they have something to say, you know, and if you're doing mediumship, a lot of times they won't pop in. Sometimes they do, just depends. So this is an open opportunity for them. So if you feel them pulling on you, you know, get yourself booked. And then tomorrow I will be, for heaven's sake, doing readings, clearings, Akashic record readings, and mediumship if required. And it is October 4th, 2023. I love you all, big bunches, and you know I want you to have the joy that I do, no matter what's in front of you. Always have your heart open and full of joy. Oh, Francis says, thank you, you're welcome. And Cheryl, thank you. And if any of you are seeing this video and you're like, oh my gosh, I know somebody who needs to hear this, please click share, you know, and then follow also, so that when we do these videos coming up, you'll get to see them. And I am working on getting a schedule so I can tell you ahead of time so you all know when I'm going to be on. But anyway, big hugs and kisses to everybody, and have a great day tomorrow. Be open to receiving, and God's Spirit or Source is there. Just ask for what you want and know that it's coming. Have a great and wonderful night. Big hugs and kisses to you all, and thank you again for staying on so long. There was a lot to cover. Have a great night.